Hello everyone. The design of machine elements 2. So myself Swarup, assistant professor. So I'll be teaching about the design of machine elements 2.
Clutches, this is a lecture of 5. Okay, so data handbook is the 4th edition with the delivery rating. So today we shall solve certain design problems based on clutches. Okay, so give a complete design analysis for a clutch, single plate clutch with both sides surface of 52 trans with 22 kilo radiator, 2800 rpm, allowing a overload of 25%. Okay, so vi has to assume the 25% as a overload. The pressure intensity is not to exceed 0.08 megapascal and the surface speed at a mean radius is not to exceed 2000 rpm. Take mu is equals to 0.35 and ratio of d naught by di is 1.5. The axial thrust is provided by 6 springs of 24 mm coil diameter. Take shear stress is equals to 450 megapascal and G is equals to 84 gigapascal for spring material. So before solving the problem, I would like to tell few things. Okay, so design of clutches is not only meant to design the dimensions of clutch, but we have to also consider the dimensions of the springs. Okay, so the dimensions of the springs will be covered in second module. Okay, since we need certain few formulas with respect to springs from the data handbook, so we have to go to the springs concepts from the data handbook to take the formulas. Okay, so let's see how to solve this problem by considering dimensions of clutch and spring. Okay, so let's see what he has given in the data. He has given the n dash as 2. Okay, since it is single plate clutch. Okay, power he has given, speed, overload, pressure, mean speed, mu, d naught by di. Number of springs he has given as 6 and coil diameter is 24. Okay, and tau, shear stress, and G he has given modulus of rigidity. Okay, now let's see first to calculate the dimensions of the clutch. Assume uniform wear theory, as you all know. Okay, now to find the value of T, so this is the equation which I am using from data number 258 page number, that is equation 13.9 E according to uniform wear theory. Now dm is mean diameter. Okay, this is the mean diameter. Okay, now axial force is this P and di d naught in terms of diameters. The substitute the values and keep in terms of di. Power equation, to find the value of T, we know the power is given, the value of T is given, find out. Okay, once the value of T and the equations di, you can find it out. Once you get the value of di, substitute back in this equation to find the value of d naught. Okay, next substitute the value of back in the axial force equation to find the value of Fa. Similarly, mean diameter will get to know. Now next thing is to find the dimensions of the spring. So that is the wire diameter, coil diameter, deflection, free length, okay, and pressure. So let's see how to find the diameters of the spring. Okay, the small d represents the diameter of the spring wire and d represents the diameter of the spring. Okay, now tau according to shear stress theory. Now from the equation 11.1d, that is page number 169, you will get this equation from the data handbook. Okay, where C represents the spring index, that is capital D by small d. Clear, guys? Now load on each spring, I repeat, load on each spring is axial load divided by number of springs. Clear? I repeat, load on each spring you have to take it as, this is not given in the data handbook, it is just you need to understand it. Load on each spring means total load axial force divided by number of springs. Okay, since he has given the overload as 25%, just multiply it with by 1.25 at the numerator. Clear? Since 335 newtons is the single load is acting on the single spring, so substitute the value of F here. C you know, K is how to find the value of K, that is 2 into small d by capital D whole to the power of 0.25. Okay, so in terms of small d, now equating A and B, we will be getting the equation in terms of diameters. To find the diameter value, d is equals to 4 mm, therefore the standard diameter is 4 mm. Clear, guys? Next, to find the value of y, that is deflection, you will get the page number from 170. Only 3 formulas we will be using from the springs chapter, which are easy. Direct substitution is need to be needed. Once you know F, you know C, A, I, you know, and D, G. So I is nothing but active number of coils, that is number of springs minus 2. This is the standard formula we have to consider. Active number of coils, that is initial coil and the bottom coil we have to neglect. So rest the between number of the coils you need to consider it as an active number of coils, that is number of springs minus 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. Clear, guys? Next, to find the length, free length. So there are different types of materials, type of springs that are fixed between the two materials. Okay, if you go to equation, that is from the table 11.4. okay, so you will get this equation as a free length equation. Okay, where A is nothing but 1 mm per coil. Okay, we have to consider it as 1 mm per coil. So I minus 1 into 1. Okay, this considers the A. Okay, width of the coil, 6 minus 1 into 1 is nothing but 5 mm. Okay, so now substitute the values of L0 in terms of A and Y and D. Substitute, will get the values of L0. Okay, guys. Once you get the value of L0, just substitute back, you will get in terms of here. To find the value of P, similarly we will go to page number 189, that is square and ground end. If you check according to the table towards the right side, you will get the equation in terms of this. Okay, I have just modified it. You will get their exact P in terms of L minus 2D divided by I. Okay, if you substitute both the equations are correct, you will get P is 6 mm. Okay, so this completes this design problems of the clutches. Okay, thank you guys.